Hello everyone, this is Minimap's new game releases of month of April 2024. Hope you're all enjoying the spring breeze and new games coming out in April. Let's find out what games are coming out this month. First up is Gigantic Rampage Edition, which is coming out on April 9th. Gigantic is a MOBA hero shooter hybrid game that was originally launched in 2017. However, less than a year after, the developer Motiga announced the closure of the game. I never personally played the game, but it looks like it had the potential, and now it will get a second chance to shine. Gigantic was a third-person shooter with mobile features, which means the two teams of 5 heroes engage in battles where each hero has upgradable abilities and try to take down the opponent's guardian while protecting their own. The game will feature a new rank system, and you will be able to cross-play on all platforms. Also, a new mode called Rush Mode will be made available to provide users with a fast-paced and action-packed experience. There will be 2 new heroes on top of the 23 heroes from the original series, and the 2 are Roland and Kajir. They also added 2 brand new maps, Picaro Bay with a pirate ship background and Heaven's Ward in an industrial background with good old style power plant factory. The Rampage edition won't be launched by the original publisher Perfect World Entertainment, but by Gearbox. Unlike the previous free-to-play version, the Rampage edition will be a paid game with $19.99. The former co-founder and CEO of Motiga, the dev of the original Gigantic, Christopher Chung, had an interview saying that he was happy about Abstraction releasing the Rampage edition, which means, I think, the Rampage edition has the same fundamentals, but with much more improvements. So we'll see how Gigantic looks 6 years after its closure. Next, we have No Rest for the Wicked coming out on April 18th. This game is an action RPG game by Moon Studios, the devs behind Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori and the Will of the Wisps. This is a bit different from the beautiful graphics delivered by Ori, as you will be fighting monsters in a dark world. The game is set in the year of 841, and players have to control a holy warrior who must travel to the island of Isola Sacra to investigate a plague named the Pestilence. So basically, this plague has transformed the local citizens into dangerous and mindless monsters. As you can see from the gameplay video, the game may look similar to Diablo or Path of Exile, as it is considered an ARPG, but it was more like a Souls-like game. There are different items with different attack actions, dodging, backstabs, and special movement attacks while dodging of sprinting. You can have fun exploring the map, as you can see how beautifully crafted the graphic is. The devs wanted to give you a feeling where images came to life rather than giving it too much of a 3D experience. So every scene and image assets are manually worked individually rather than copying common assets here and there. For example, you can go over or under floors, which gives you almost like a scavenger hunting feeling. You will encounter plenty of locked doors, which requires you to find the right keys, or bridges that you won't be able to cross until you lower them from the other side. The items will require certain attributes, which is pretty typical for Souls-like games, and you can distribute the attribute points when you earn points as you level up. And when you find a blacksmith, you can upgrade your gear as well. The game has 3 weight categories, which is directly affected by the items that you carry in your inventory, which will then affect your speed and your ability to dodge. The item drop is similar to Diablo, as the monsters will drop random items. So, in a nutshell, this will be like a random loot hack and slash with Souls-like feeling. Oh, by the way, it also has a co-op mode, which would be amazing to play with your friends. Next, we have Sandland coming out on April 25th. The game is based on the comic series created by Akira Toriyama, the author of the legendary Dragon Ball series. He is the one who also sadly passed away early last month. Rest in peace, the legend. Anyways, in Sandland, humans and demons live together in an area deprived of water. To restore balance to the world, Fiend Prince Beelzebub works together with a Chevron demon thief and a human sheriff thrall. Beelzebub has to learn how to control his power as he launches an adventure as a trio. To solve the water shortage problem, the trio has to hunt down the legendary spring hidden within the desert. In your journey to find water, you will encounter many dangers and enemies. To defeat the enemies, you have to build up your own tanks and other vehicles. As a third-person action RPG, you will be attacking with special abilities, special combo attacks, or you will be dodging. As you level up, you will be able to unlock skills or enhance your skills in the skill tree, and even your friends' skills. You will also need to manage your supplies in the battles. For example, there are consumable items that can heal you or increase your damage. The game also particularly focuses on the vehicular combats, as you can customize and design your own vehicles. On top of the tanks, there are plenty of intriguing vehicles like jump bots, hover cars, and battle armors. You can carry up to 5 capsules, which is basically carrying 5 vehicles. You should be able to have fun customizing your vehicle at the garage with powerful weapons to defeat stronger enemies. Another fun part about this game is that you can actually build your own room and customize it inside of the base camp. There are plenty of side mini games like racing, bounty hunts, and battle arenas. Last but not least, we have Stellar Blade coming out on April 26 exclusively to PS5. So the story goes like this. Earth has been abandoned as strange creatures take over, and you play as the 7th Airborne Squad member, Eve. Your mission is to save humankind by defeating all these creatures, and it is pretty typical post-apocalyptic story where the main character is the only hope of the entire humanity, and he or she has to save the world and fight off the monsters and blah 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 blah. Anyways, the demo version was launched last Friday on the 29th, and there are actually many positive reviews on the graphic and combat action. The game did remind me of Nier Automata. Some players thought the boss fights weren't as easy as it looks, and some even had to try more than 10 times to defeat the boss. The game has a God of War style battles where you have to press a certain key at the right timing to give it a perfect parrying attack to inflict critical damage or kill the epic monsters. From the battles, I can see that it was a little bit heavier than DMC series and a bit lighter than Sekiro. The game tried to give a kind of an open world adventure, but it wasn't totally open world because all you could do was trying to find some hidden treasure chests, which can also be detected by scans. Also, there weren't any puzzle gimmicks when you open up the treasures, and there were some hidden monsters that attack you when you find the treasures, but that was about it. The game is created by a Korean company named Shift Up Corporation, which some of you might be familiar with its mobile game called Goddess of Victory, Nikke. Shift Up is also well known for the beautiful soundtracks in Nikke, and I enjoyed the background music in the demo version, so we can expect some great soundtracks from this game as well. To sum it up, most of the game elements were satisfying, especially the graphic and the battles, and the real question is how long the playtime is going to be and how much the game is going to be. The price of the game is not yet revealed, but the developer did mention in an interview that it would take around 25 to 40 hours to beat the game, so we'll see how that goes when the game is officially released. There are some games that we did not specifically mention in the list. First, Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes is coming out on April 23rd, and we uploaded an in-depth preview of the game on our channel, so please check out that video if you are interested. Also, we didn't cover games like Tales of Kenzera Zao, a Metroidvania action-adventure game that looks similar to the latest Prince of Persia game by Ubisoft, which is coming out on April 23rd, and Another Crab's Treasure, which is another surprisingly a Souls-like game that is coming out on April 25th. In the month of April, on top of all the games I've mentioned in my video, there are a couple demo games available for everyone to try out, like Throne and Liberty and Once Human, so you should definitely check them out. If you're interested in checking out the full list of games coming out in April, visit Minimap's collection page, which I will leave the link on the description. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on Minimap.